So, recap time. What all is going on?
So, it's the next day, and at some point in the night, Sash dropped what sort of looked like a flash drive, and is actually a device that breaks through firewalls with no subtlety whatsoever.
It's a data ripper. It lives up to its name.
Okay. I was thinking it's like a sort of hacking bomb, basically, where it explodes through things, but leaves a lot of... It's not subtle.
Yeah, it's not like picking the lock, it's like shoving your fist through the glass wall, grabbing all the jewelry, and ripping it out. Like, yeah, they're gonna know what happened.
Yeah. And then Meria gave us some more information. A person called Whisper wants to help us with the bounty, but she wants to find out more information because he's a sort of bigger player in the ShadowNet, and that raises a lot of questions as to why on earth he would want to help us. And so we try to get the flash drive from Sash. Faridah tries first. It doesn't go great.
It was a very good idea, but she got very lucky with the saving throw.
Yes, it was a very good idea. So Anima talks to her, and Sash gave us some information. She talked about someone named Valdemar Bentsen.
So Casey, do you want to recap Anima's approach to getting the river from Sash?
Sometimes you just gotta let the lawful good big dumb be the lawful good big dumb.
And this is what we've done.
And neither Faridah tried and failed. Vae didn't seem to want to get seen. So Anima decided, I'm gonna do what Anima's gonna do, and I'm gonna be truthful and ask her about it straight up, because Anima is not a schemy person.
About as soon as Anima opened her mouth, I was thinking, I think we need to brief her beforehand whenever she talks to someone now.
Yeah.
To be fair, Vae was ready to cause Sash to spring a leak.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And Faridah and Vae tried desperately to help Anima get any kind of information, and
Y'all got
Anima
a lot on him.
ignored them completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gained her trust by being an idiot. I'm going to continue being an idiot.
Anima, why?
So Faridah found out he's the owner of a rather successful private security company. Vaelina found out he is an arms dealer.
Yep.
Not big dog arms dealer, but he's
trying to move up.
yes, he's trying to move up, and he's not a big fan of peace and balance. He likes war because that means more people buying weapons.
Okay.
But the vast majority of the alliance is like, how about no?
Yeah, we don't want, like, a civil war, thanks.
Most of the alliance is like, yeah, or just ends up with a lot of people dead. There are better ways. That's not saying people don't get in fights, there's not skirmishes, but people are messy. Doesn't matter where you're from, people get messy. People do dumb things. And so, not long after y'all were given the name, Meria asked you to come. Actually, question, did Sash actually give you her data ripper that she stole, or did she just show it to you?
No, she showed us both.
Yeah, she showed us both of them.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I didn't think she had given it to you, but I couldn't remember.
We didn't open the wall. We just looked through it.
Well, I mean, you don't have to open the wall if there's a door.
You know what I mean.
What is a door but an opening in a wall?
Good point.
What is a door but a part of the wall that can open?
Yeah.
There you go.
And also be locked.
It's locked.
Yeah, I know, but the idea of Sash trying to go through the door with Vi there would not be great.
Yeah, Sash is just sitting on the floor, kneeled up to her chest, tail twitching back and forth. And yeah, Meria asked you guys all to come meet her up in, I believe it was the mess hall or somewhere.
Yes.
The mess hall is a good default meeting place.
Oh yeah, and Faridah had a little mishap, and she inadvertently showed Vi a drone that she has in her mouth that she didn't really give a reason
Right.
for.
That is currently smoking and in her pocket.
What? What are you doing?
Always good to be ready.
In the last episode this would come out, I'm gonna get bullied on the internet.
Let's be honest, they're probably going to be trying to light me on fire long before they get here. Alright, so yeah, y'all are, I'm guessing, is everyone going up to meet with Meria?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she has figured out something. You don't have to do anything to the wall. Once you start leaving, Nell is just gonna blank the wall back out, leaving Sash just sitting there with her tail twitching like, what's going on?
Didn't we finish the conversation or something, and then Meria said it? Or was Meria just in the middle of the conversation?
It was near the end of a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Sash has made it clear she does not like Valdemar, and she wants to see him taken down.
Yeah.
And that was around when Maria's like, can I see you all for a minute? I have some information that may be useful. And so you all come up to the mess hall and you see her sitting there. Inspector's just staring at her like she's waiting for her to say something. And as you all file in and... Well, this may work out more in our favor than we realized. Because... Do you all know anything about Valdemar?
He's an arms dealer.
No.
Well, that's because you didn't read the wall.
And an enterprising businessman.
Yes, above and below the table.
Hey, gotta make money.
He's an arms dealer trying to move up in the world.
Yes. And with that, I had Nell double check some things for me, and I think he may also be the person who started this bounty war. I don't know why, but he has been trying to make power moves, and for some reason, he thinks putting a target on our heads will benefit him somehow.
So he's the one that sent Trigger then?
He is Trigger.
He is Trigger. Huh.
Unless I'm guessing wrong, but that's why I had to now double check my logic. And now pipes in. It is highly unlikely that Trigger is anyone else.
Can we trace his connection to us now that we know his name? Because how would he know...
Any of us.
Yes, is he connected to Sinfrith in some way? Or... what's going on?
I mean, not from what I can tell, but then again, not all connections are particularly traceable. They may have had some connections outside of what we were able to get from Sinfrith. But our friend Whisper's been trying to calm things down there because he's been trying to keep the peace and the balance in the smuggling underworld, and Trigger's trying to upset that, which is making things tricky for Whisper or anyone else to operate.
Meria, I have a question. I'm not sure how the bounty system works here. Would he be required to personally take it down if he is Trigger, or would it just become sort of inactive if he doesn't do anything? If nothing happens about it, like he doesn't give any more information about it within a certain time period?
Depends. As I said, there have been a lot of interested parties trying to get in on this. People who like to think they're big movers and shakers but the really bottom of the totem pole. The only ways I can think of to get it to go away would be to negotiate with him or to take out his power. If he's not in a position to provide the money he's offered, then there is a good chance that things will diffuse over time. Also, minor retcon, I forgot, Spectre's not in the room when you get there.
remind me. So originally the bounty was just me and one of Faridah's disguises?
No, it was you, Vae,
And Vi.
Tally.
Okay.
And Tally.
And Tally.
And then after the incident where you almost got jumped, it expanded to include everyone who was in the bar that did the fighting back.
Me, Vi, and Tally. Is Tally in the room?
Yeah, also Tally's in the room. She's probably like communicating with Spectra, wherever
Okay.
she is.
The first time the bounty came up, he claimed he just wanted information. Why would an arms dealer just want us for information? Especially one that has no problem creating collateral damage by the form of ruining people's lives in his power moves.
Was it public knowledge that Spectra and Tali were headed to the Federation?
Oh no, of course not. I mean, any of their family members knew, but it wasn't publicly broadcasted.
Is there any way he could have found out? Because everyone on that bounty were either in the Federation for quite some time or were born there.
There's a possibility.
And he's an arms dealer, and the Federation is obviously very militaristic in nature. Could he be looking to expand into the Federation, and that's why he wants the information?
Where does our little whisper stand in all of this?
There is a possibility of that, but there are other people who deal across those borders. It's tricky, but there'd be easy ways to get that information than paying up what he's currently offering. Although his specifications for the state of your delivery are getting more vague. I guess our delivery.
Where does Whisper stand in all of this? How do they know each other?
They both exist in the smuggling underworld, but as far as I know, Whisper's never worked with Trigger. Don't think they particularly like each other. Whisper's been established for far longer. I mean, well, I've been there longer, but I remember when he started, he was able to stabilize and balance things out.
So, have you found any more information out about why Whisper wants to help us, or the favor he may be wanting in return?
Casey, you look like you have a thing you want to say.
Yes. Well, Casey has a theory, but Casey also doesn't know if Anima would come up with this, but
Just when in doubt, roll the intelligence check.
yeah,
There you go.
I have a huge conspiracy theory that I just galaxy-brained. Ooh, 19!
I feel like whatever the idea is, Anima would absolutely connect whatever dots Casey connected, so
Okay,
continue.
I have a couple of questions. How old was Sarah's sister?
You mean Sash?
Sash. Yes, Sash's sister.
I think she's like 14 or 15.
How long has Whisper been in the game?
He's been in the game a good 30 or 40 years now.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, that sounds like an entertaining route to go down, but yeah.
My brain was like, what if Whisper is the sister? So that's where my brain went.
That would have been fun.
Yeah. My other thing is that the blackmail that Valdemar Bentsen has on Sash is her sister. He's like, has her sister hostage. That's my other thing that I'm currently thinking.
He's not a particularly nice person, let's just say that.
Yeah.
After your question about how long has he been in the game, Maria's gonna be like, why do you ask?
Well, I had kind of a crazy inspirational strike, and I was thinking maybe Whisper was Sage and she was trying to free her sister by taking down Valdemar / potentially Trigger. But unless Whisper is like a title that's been passed down through the ages, that's not possible. So,
Wisp is also human.
good point. Really?
How do you know that?
Yeah.
How do you know that, Meria?
DM reminder, she did actually mention a specific name for who Whisper is. It's in
Wait,
point.
what?
Not in my notes. I don't know.
Not in my notes either.
Yeah, it kind of got glazed over, so she did mention his name as Sandro Esman. But Maria's gonna continue. Yes, he's human, and come to think of it, he actually is from the Federation. Doesn't really talk about how he got here, but...
Do you know if he still has contact with the Federation?
Not for sure, but he does smuggling, and I know he does have some communication, I just don't know how high up that goes, and I do know he does have some way to get people to look the other way when he's getting cargo in and out. It's one of those things he's just better to not ask too many questions about.
Generally, yes, but now...
I have another idea. We could never trace that ship that was stealing the,
Of the Belair?
Yeah, our Belair friend.
Rondaria. No, we haven't
yeah.
found that yet.
Y'all haven't showed that to her.
Oh, yeah.
To Meria? No.
Hey, you want something spicy? Faridah just pulls out a bunch of digital files from her phone and just says, "Here, catch."
She looks at it, like, huh.
So is it possible that those people worked for Trigger, and he's trying to reclaim Druendaria?
But why would he want... Well, that is an idea.
Possible that they work for him? Yes. Possible that he's trying to get them to steal Belair friend? I highly, highly doubt it. But he
Yeah.
does often deal in this type of shuttle. It's a big part of his business.
Is it possible that he didn't know that what it was a Belair?
Or he wanted the information from the Belair before they went into hibernation.
I doubt it. He hasn't mentioned anything about a Belair in his questions. He just wants to know if the crew's safe.
Okay.
And he's been hinting at... From what I guess, he's trying to find someone. We haven't shared much information back and forth, but he is... Or at least his attaché I've been talking to has been hinting that he's trying to make sure someone's okay.
So, just so we're clear, it's Whisper that deals partially in the shuttles,
Yes.
not Trigger. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I was very confused. Okay.
Yes.
Whisper's trying to figure out if someone's okay, or Trigger is?
Whisper. Or Sandro. I think she's just used to using code names for things.
Do we have any methods to contact any of these people?
Can I roll to see if the name Sandro Esman rings bells,
Oh, can I do that too?
potentially?
Actually?
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Anima, you could have advantage just because you do have more memories from being in the Federation. And just...
Then Vi?
Not from being from being in the Alliance.
Oh,
Bad.
okay. It's okay.
Okay. This is the point in the game where I say, I want to find out as well. I will also pointedly say that this can be cut out, that Faridah should not know.
Most likely, no.
Okay. What do we add to it? Is it just like a straight luck check, or...
I would just say intelligence to see, like, if you can remember where, just straight intelligence.
Lore is history.
Yeah, lore makes sense
Lore?
too.
Okay. 18.
10.
Faridah, you might have seen that name somewhere, but nothing particularly sticks out about it.
Yeah.
It would have been like you were scrolling around and like saw it briefly and like something on the side, but never paid a lot of attention to it.
Yeah, probably like one of those tech magazines.
Why do I have a +2 in lore? What gives me that? What gave me that +2 in lore?
Your intelligence.
No.
I think the Guardian of the Vault.
Yeah.
Because I think I gave you proficiency in lore, I think.
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was wondering why I had proficiency in lore. It's like,
Because your memories got unlocked, and it's
okay.
like, you went to school here.
right. Okay. So if it's a lore check, it's 16. If it's not, it's a 14.
That's nice.
Mine's 18.
So, you get that he's a youth shuttle salesman. Does a pretty good job of it, has just connections with people all around. He's well off, dabbles in different interests, has interest in music and different styles of art.
This is knowledge from the Federation, correct?
Yes, he's from the Federation.
Okay.
Yes, and this is things you've gathered from like absorbing things, because sometimes Tally watches TV and all that. And Vi, would you also be looking, like, trying to remember anything about Sandro or Whisper?
Yeah.
When you think about it, you've probably, like, seen the name, because I imagine Vi would sometimes just watch things on the Shadow Net and maybe not directly interact, but, like, you've been trying to feel out what the Underground is like.
Yes.
In certain circles, they do seem to defer to him a bit. Everyone might not agree with him, but they do have some degree of respect for him, as far as you can tell.
But it's not like a fear sort of respect. Like, as in, like, he's a mob boss, necessarily.
There's a couple people where it might be a little bit of fear, but they're also not particularly nice people. But it doesn't seem like he rules from fear. Like, maybe, like, some people are just intimidated by him, but it might feel more like that's just because some people are just intimidating. Like, the CEO of a company is slightly intimidating.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Power is power.
Yeah.
Someone asked a question before that, and I don't remember. Someone asked if Meria had a way of getting in contact with any of these people.
Correct.
Well, I don't really have a way to contact Trigger, and I feel like that could end up being more problematic. And with Whisper, I've been talking to one of his attaches. He's a bit busy in meetings trying to keep the criminal underworld from dissolving. But I might be able to get a meeting with him soon. Figure out exactly what he's after and what started all of this, because I think there's a chance that if he was looking for someone and Trigger found out, Trigger might have taken actions to make sure he got it first to get a leg up. That could be a sign for the connection that I haven't noticed yet.
Although that would mean that Whisper has a mole, in which case we don't know how trustworthy he is right now.
He did mention recently firing someone for not handling information well. So it could have been an accidental leak. Don't worry, I've been very, very careful in our communications. Also, I need to roll to see how a thing going on. I don't like my dice today.
Tally, would you or Spectra have asked, in sort of preparation for the undercover mission of finding out more about the Federation, did you talk to anyone about getting more information about the Federation, or about the history, or anything like that for research?
Well, yeah. We aren't the first people that have gone in to try and get more information. We've had small groups of people watching communications trying to get a better understanding of how things work over there. It's all really compartmentalized, though. Most of the information isn't easily accessible, but then again, who knows about the secret underground stuff going on? I don't think Spectre talked to anyone like that.
Okay.
Or at least no one that would leak anything.
No one knew. So there shouldn't have been an outside party really knowing that it was you and her that were in the Federation, outside of the government. And the crew who at least knew that you were leaving for an extended period of time, you would need to find other positions, things like that. Correct?
Yeah. We kept it pretty compartmentalized.
Okay.
Only people we need to say anything.
Okay. No, I was just wondering, because if Whisper was wanting to see us first, then how would he have known that we were from the Federation and came with you specifically? Was it just he somehow got access to Sinfrith's records? Or what? Because you were disguised as a robot. Spectra was cloaked. She didn't even appear to be Kesh at all. She appeared to be human. So something's a little odd here.
Tali just kind of thinks for things like, yeah, Meria, you may want to ask about that next time you get a hold of him. Don't worry, I plan to.
There may be a long list of questions for him.
Certainly. Been trying to figure out about some of the things he does for a while. Nothing nefarious, of course. He's just odd at times.
Odd can be its own form of danger.
True. How's Spectra doing? She's getting there. Sasha's being kind of quiet, but I think she's almost got her convinced. Wonderful.
So Spectra's talking to Sash now?
Yes, she made her way there while you were coming here. She wanted to see if she could get information from the data rep. If not getting it handed over, then at least getting some information that could help us find ways to deal with Valdemar, since Valdemar could be the source of our problems. He exists on a lot of pomp, and if we can take him down a peg, that might help things somewhat.
I have an odd question. Faridah.
Yeah?
You found out that he owns a security company, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Do you remember where that security company is?
Yes, it's...
Because we could pay him a personal visit. That would be a very interesting time.
I thought you were about to ask what it's called. I'm like, I have that. Then you asked where it is. I was like,
Nope.
I don't have that.
To be fair, I do think it's on the Federation side, so going to go visit was probably not extremely possible right now.
He's Alliance.
Okay, never mind. Back up. Yes, he's on the Alliance side. Probably.
So if we could pay him a personal visit, this may help things.
Aside from the fact that he's going to have a lot of very dangerous security, I like the way you think.
If we have a general idea of where his business is.
To be fair, we are also in the business of dangerous security.
Yes, but he has to live somewhere nearby, if nothing else. We can find information from just what planet he's on and what city.
Well, we've got Spectra asking about something of his operations. I think she's trying to get information on where different shipments are going to be going in any places that seem to have weird amounts of security.
Considering I was on the light side, I would assume that it would function a lot like Wikipedia and have the name of a planet.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It might be different because it's in space and companies can exist in a lot of places, and some places are kind of private. Like, you have a way to communicate with them, but
it's Wikipedia.
Yeah. You can lie to Wikipedia, but yeah.
But I think catching him off guard would help.
I was just finding a name for the planet, just in case that bit was needed. Because the company is Bulwark Private Security. I'm saying the other name I was gifted for something else because it's really funny, and I want to save it for something that's not someone that's possibly trying to kill you all.
Okay.
And he calls his security ships the Legend Armada, because that's not pompous or vaguely threatening at all in the slightest.
He could use some help with subtlety, but...
From what I gather, he's a pompous asshole.
Then he'll be easy to outmaneuver.
My type.
Exactly. Oh, excellent. She got the information. Some of it. We can have Nell pass through and see if we can find good targets to hit.
So
are we gonna pay him a visit then, as soon as we figure out where?
I can't remember. Did we ask Sash why she was where she was in that broken down?
I think we did. I think Valdemar wanted information on that company, and she used the data ripper on the ship or something? Something went wrong.
Yeah. So it's a weird coincidence that her boss also has a bounty on our head.
Yep.
You are not part of this. Get out, DM.
That's a good point. We can ask her later more specific questions about that, now that we know her boss is the cause of our problems.
We could also ask her if he ever goes by Trigger if we really want to.
Well, it seems like he has at least 2 different profiles on the ShadowNet. I didn't see anything about Trigger when I was looking up Valdemar, which is possible. Usually you don't want all of your personal information on your professional profile in the ShadowNet.
Also, when you were looking at ShadowNet, I think what you got was most people talking about him.
Okay, not information about him.
People don't always refer to people by their first name and their nickname in the same sentence.
That's true, but people would usually... Okay. Yeah. I just didn't see that. Okay, cool.
In that moment, y'all didn't have a lot of time to be, searching and digging, but you lucked out and got a lot of information really quick.
Okay, so with all of this information, how does that move us forward?
Well, we have a better picture of who's after us, and someone who possibly knows more than we do.
You said Whisper was asking about someone? Was it anyone specific or just sort of general?
I didn't get a specific name, but I must have been communicating with his attaché. I haven't had a chance to sit down with him in person yet. So
Okay.
It does look like I'll have a few minutes to talk to him soon. Might be able to get more. He's being a little tight-lipped about some information, at least not passing it through an intermediary. Hopefully I'll be able to get more information and figure out what his stake is in this. I mean, mind doing him a favor, it's just he's gonna never let me live it down.
We probably shouldn't pay him a personal visit. You don't want someone in power angry at you for showing up unannounced.
Yes, he also is based in the place where there's a lot of people who may or may not be trying to bring in the bounty, so that wouldn't be a good idea.
Whisper is?
He's a big part of the smuggling underworld. There's a lot of other underground that operates in the same physical area. He's there trying to calm things down, but there's only so much he can do with the current situation and how much influence Trigger has. It's annoying.
That is interesting, though. I didn't know that parts of the ShadowNet are in the same physical area. Okay.
You might like it. Perhaps we'll show you there sometime when things have calmed down significantly. Well, if you have no more pressing questions, I think he's about ready to talk. I'll take this conversation in my quarters and then I'll let you know when I get back. When I hear from him. I don't know what time of day it is.
I think it's morning.
Potentially late morning at this point.
It's vaguely lunchtime-ish. It's vaguely midday. And if no one protests, Freya's gonna quickly duck out and go to her room. And so I was like, I might actually go into the comms room to see if I can help Nell parse out some of this information. Sooner we get useful intel, the better. Yeah, you'll know how to find me. Then Tally just scampers off. What do y'all do?
Well, we could try to get more information from Sash, but we may want more of what's on the data rippers first. Oh, Nell, did Spectra get both of them, or just one from Sash?
Hang on, I gotta do a... Okay. Sash gave us access to unlock and analyze the information in the Ripper she was using to gather information on Trigger. The other one she gave to Spectra to either wipe the information or hold as a bargaining chip if needed.
Okay. So Sash still has the physical data ripper for 1, but she allowed access, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
I am parsing the information now.
Okay. Thank you. So, should we try to get more information from Sash? Do either of you have any ideas for what to do, or should we just wait until we get more information?
Well, there's a lot of people finding answers to a lot of questions right now. I don't think that there's anything else that we can get from Sash at this current moment, until we have more information to work off of.
That's true. We could try to research Valdemar or this Sandro more.
Keep in mind that we are supposed to be on blackout on this ship. If they backtrace us, then we're toast, and all the information that we've been getting is pretty much useless.
That's true.
I mean, there are like books and magazines and stuff. I don't know if that would be helpful.
I think for now we should wait until we have more information.
Alright. I don't love just sitting around waiting, so...
I don't either, but I don't know what else we could do because, in my opinion, Sash only barely trusts us. And I don't want to ruin what little we've built up with her by asking too much too soon.
That's true. If we suddenly have all this information about this Valdemar, then she may think that we were lying to her at first.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. Although, since Spectra has talked to her since, she may have explained more about the situation, or that we're trying to help her in some way, and that's how she convinced Sash to give over the Rippers.
Common enemy, 2 birds, 1 stone.
There's talking and then there's pumping for information.
Not really the vibe, but okay.
It's not your vibe.
So what are y'all gonna do? Just sit there and agonize in the mess hall until someone comes and tells you something?
I'm gonna pull a screwdriver out of my pocket and start working on repairing the busted drone.
Oh yeah, Faridah, why, and what happened?
Faridah holds out both hands like this, like she's gonna hand you something.
Okay, so Vi puts out both hands with sort of an eyebrow raised.
And then just drops down 2 index fingers and pokes your bracelets. You have quick solutions that people don't think are obvious. This was my quick solution that people might not think is obvious.
My question is, does that trigger the bracelets, or was it just pointing?
It should not. I'm not trying to trigger them.
Okay, I'm like, does Faridah know where to hit for that? Because...
No, she's my wording. Literally, she's touching the bracelets. She's not doing anything. She's just like, oh.
Just straight D20 roll, short of a crit 1, and we should be fine.
2.
2? Okay, no.
It's fine. It doesn't trigger. It probably gets close to where the release is.
Her arm, she doesn't like poke straight for some reason. It's like to the side, because that's where Vi's buttons are. It's at like a sort of weird angle that isn't hit accidentally.
Yeah,
so it's like...
that's actually, I don't think that there would be a way for her to do it, because she's literally holding her hands like this, and you're holding your hands like this.
Okay,
so she's going to put the inside of your wrists. So I don't think there's even a chance that she could activate it accidentally.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, so it's fine.
Yeah. Either way, if anybody were to, for example, capture the ship, board the ship, take control of everybody on this ship. If I can't move my hands and my 2 drones are out of action, I can't do much of anything. However, if I have a drone, then we're in good shape.
I'm just not sure. In your mouth is the best place for a piece of electronics, but...
They're not going to look for it.
That's true.
Pretty sure saliva is a good conductor of electricity. Not as good as water, but...
There's also ways... This is the extreme sci-fi future. We've found ways to make some things waterproof. Especially if they're tiny.
That's true.
Also, aren't your drones literally just like solarium constructs?
Yes, so you could argue that they don't even conduct electricity in the first place because they don't have batteries. They're purely mechanical.
It's still just a fundamental image. I have a backup. Ow!
Like it pinches the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that was a crit fail that caused that. It's not something that would happen often. And also, technically, we're not at the level where I have 3 drones yet, so it can't be useful.
Anima, Vae, what are y'all doing?
Vi,
Yes?
you're good at researching people.
Yes.
Can you look up Kiara Ilyasov?
Okay. Do you have any context for this person? Or that way I can help sort of narrow down? Or...
She was a Promethean researcher.
Okay.
She was a doctor
Okay.
who specialized in rare diseases and rare conditions.
Alright.
Very rare.
Yes, very rare. And I'm not necessarily looking for her because I know she's dead. I'm looking for anyone who knows her or who knew her.
Alright. Is this someone that you remember from like your school days? Or I say like as I'm pulling up. And do you want me to do it through the light net or the shadow net? Or the star net or the shadow net?
Try through the star net first. I don't know that she was anyone connected in any kind of underground.
Okay.
I should speak up and say that I am also pretty good at investigating, so I probably need to participate.
Well, you were there when she remembered her.
You're fixing a drone.
Vi doesn't know who she is, really. So she's like, okay, is this person...
I'm trying to find Dottie through her.
Okay. Investigation?
Yeah, investigation, because computers would be for... Hang on, I have to pull up the thing, because if... Depending on how this goes, depends what information you'll get.
Don't make the roll mean too much. It could go bad. Oh, yeah, it did kind of... Well, not horrible, but... I got an 8.
I got a 17.
Okay,
Did Vi have advantage since I asked her?
you also did give her details to
Yeah.
help narrow it down, so
Yeah.
yeah, I can say advantage.
Okay.
Also, if Faridah would like advantage as well. I mean,
What?
17's good, but...
I got a 9. I rolled a 7 and an 8.
That's gonna maintain a 17.
Okay, so Vi, you find some basic information on her work and her obituary, but there's not much. You probably notice, like, she did die young.
Okay.
And she died, it probably would have been about 13 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know if Anima has shared the fact that she's 12 yet, so I don't know if you realize.
Okay. Would there have been any mention in the obituary about her being a donor? I mean, probably not, but...
Probably. I've seen ones where it's like brief mention, oh, they were an organ donor, so there is a mention of that.
Okay.
Also, Annie survived in life by her partner.
Oh, yeah. Has that been survived in life by her anything, or just, like, family and her friends?
So with that, well, you probably don't find a lot. Faridah, you are able to find a couple of people she has worked with.
Mhm.
And there are a couple of names that you get. I will share those. Because, like, she was part of a small private company that was researching diseases that don't get a lot of attention because not a lot of people have them. But when she found out she was going to die from one of those, she decided she wanted to try and, if not fix, at least make them better for other people. Leave the universe better than how she found it. So there's mentions of a couple of people, and I'm assuming, do you, like, read the names out as you find them?
Yes, I'm doing this search on a big screen. Everybody can see it, and I'm reading it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so find a couple of names. Resmond Tremaine and Aya Barada. and Dolataran Miaro. And Casey, I would like you to give me a
Wisdom?
just straight wisdom check. Yep.
What dice has not disappointed me today? You.
The eternal question.
Great question, right? And the answer is none of them.
Or all. That's nothing. One or the other.
5. Not great.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
The names sound familiar, but nothing clicks.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Alright, well, we can look into those people, see more about them if that's what you want.
I'll give you time to research one more thing before Meria comes back.
Okay, and those are people she worked with or her, like, friends?
I mean, probably a bit of both. Some of them she worked with through her company, and one of them, Dolataran, had figured out something with like a better way to develop vaccines, which is how they started working together, because a lot of their work intersected. And then they ended up being hired by a company that wanted to support what they were doing.
Okay.
Well, I know Dottie was Eldori, right? That's established.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I don't know if it would have actually mentioned what race they were in the article. That was just my notes.
that's true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Dottie starts with a D. There's a name up there that starts with a D.
Alright.
So, who's gonna do the research?
Me.
Okay.
Give me the roll.
I mean, I can try to help Faridah, so she gets advantage.
25.
What?
Okay.
What?
Nat 20 plus 5.
Oh, I thought you said 85, and I'm like,
Oh,
What?
no. But that would be very fun to actually achieve.
yeah.
Okay, so on top of that, before I answer, Casey, give me just like one more wisdom.
Me?
Yeah, just give me one more wisdom and you can have advantage, because it's vaguely there.
You and you. I haven't used one of you, and you have given me better rolls. So. Hey, that's a natural 20!
Yay!
Yes!
Yay!
Excellent.
Finally!
I get to do a thing.
Finally, my pride dice. They.
Cool.
Alright, so, Faridah, the first thing you pull up is, like, a video, something that's from when Kiara and Dolataran started working together. And in the video, the person says, like, introducing Dr. Dolataran Miaro. And Anima, there's just, like, this thought pops into her head. It's kind of like when people correct to Captain Jack Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have this thought, and I think it actually does come out. She prefers Dottie.
Where's Dottie?
Hmm.
I feel like that comes out, then you have the way of motive. Wait. Oh.
Ah. Okay.
Okay.
And as the video plays, it's definitely her. If that didn't happen, you were gonna be like half asleep and then have that pop up in your head.
Is there any information, Faridah, about where she may be right now, or?
That is a good question. Let me keep digging.
Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned next time to find out what happens on Aboard the Opal Star. If you don't want to wait, you can get early access to our episodes over at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial. If you like our show, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcasting app so people can know where to find us. We couldn't do this without your help. Aboard the Opal Star is a production of Pseudonym Social, changing reality one story at a time. It is DM'd and produced by me, Brianna Toiber.
I'm Casey, and I'm playing Anima the Ashenforged.
Victor, I'm playing Faridah the Promethean.
My name's Alexis, and I am playing Mylena Sorrell, the Eldori.
With music by Patrick Chester of Chester Studios. To get more information on this or any of our other shows, check out our website at pseudonymsocial.wordpress.com.
Initializing Waffles Maple Syrup promotion. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Waffle Maple Syrup's brand new Starfinder podcast, Journeys Adrift. Grab your space popcorn and join us for the wild journeys of these 5 characters. Starting us off is the prospective Madaloon herself, Zehavum T. Don't tell anyone, but she's on a journey for some classified Starfinder intel.
What? Who told you that? I'm absolutely doing no such thing.
Don't worry, this is all behind the fourth wall. It doesn't count. Next up is Dr. Lin on a journey to clear his name.
And for the last time, there are 4 tentacles in regular pants, of which there are simply 4 pantholes. That is correct. Hello?
That's not awkward. Let's see. Next on the roster, we have Tetsu, who is on a wholesome journey to happiness. Best of luck with that, buddy.
What do you mean, best of luck? That sounded sarcastic. Was that sarcastic?
Don't worry about it. Let's move along to our little friend here, Moat. Moat is on a research journey for drift technology. Who knows what secrets they'll find out there?
Right. You can't see me. Believe me, my visor's displaying a smile. Like I can't.
Sorry, bud. This is an audio-only format. Anyways, last but not least is the lightning rock himself, Eisen. He is on a journey for...
let me cut you off right there. I've got to find a cure for the circumstances happening to my body, or else I'm going to end up in pieces in the process.
Oh, well that sounds fun. But between you and me, listeners, there's a lot more journeys than these 5 happening behind the scenes. So join us and listen to Journeys Adrift on the Waffles Maple Syrup podcast and live stream to find out where these journeys lead.